We can handle all online courses, business and management, business and finance, business and accounting, human resource management.
Welcome to my YouTube channel IT Guides. In today's session, we are tackling Chapter 5 of recently launched Excel 2022 course, focusing on cumulative assessment travel. I will guide you through this assignment step by step, making it easy for you to follow, and you can done your assignment by watching this video. You can contact me for your assignments, exams, or complete course. Don't hesitate to connect for support in various courses. Let's start this assignment and solve step by step. Title of assignment is XP22 Excel Chapter 5 Cumulative Assessment Travel. You can see project description here to get idea about your assignment. Moving to the first step, that is about Start Excel, download and open the file XP22 Excel Chapter 5 Cumulative Assessment Travel. You can download this file from IT Lab dashboard. I have already downloaded and opened this file. So move to the next step, that is step number 2. Step number 2 is about before using the subtotal command, you must first sort the data. On the subtotals worksheet, sort the data by employee and further sort by category, both in alphabetical order. In this step, we have to just sort our data by employee and category field and in alphabetical order. Go to the Excel worksheet. We have to ensure that our subtotal worksheet should be active. Now we have to sort data by employee and category in alphabetical order. So we will select our column in the Home tab, go to the Editing group and click on Sort and Filter. We will select Custom Sort. Here we have to add the level by which we want to sort our data. So first level we will add by employee and sort it in alphabetical order, A to Z. At the second level, we have to sort it by category in alphabetical order. Click on OK. Now our data is sorted by employee and category in alphabetical order. Move to the next step, that is step number 3. Step number 3 is about you want to subtotal the data to calculate expenses by employee. Use the subtotals feature to insert subtotal rows by employee to calculate the total expense by employee. In this step, we have to just insert the subtotal features that will calculate our total expenses by employee. Go to the Excel worksheet. Here we have to add our subtotal features. So go to the Data tab. In Data tab, Outline Groups, we will see the subtotal option here. Click on it. We will click on Subtotal feature. Here we have to calculate the total expense by employee. So we will select employee from here and we have to calculate the total. So we will select here from the function of sum that will calculate the total expenses. So we will check this box and uncheck the category box. We have to just calculate the total expenses by employee. So click OK. Now our subtotal feature is applying. Move to the next step, that is step number 4. Step number 4 is about now you want to hide the details for 2 employees and focus on details for the remaining employees. Collapse the Davidson and Miller sections to show only their totals. Leave the other employees' individual row display. In this step, we have to just hide the rows for the 2 records, Davidson and Miller section. There should be display only totals for the Davidson and Miller, and the remaining employees display including individual rows and their totals. So go to the Excel worksheet. We want to hide Davidson and Miller individual rows. So we will collapse this so it will hide the Miller's individual rows and just display the Miller total. Now we will collapse this outline so it will display the Davidson total and hide the Davidson individual rows. Step number 4 is completed. Now move to the next step, that is step number 5. Step number 5 is about Use the expenses worksheet to create a blank pivot table on a new worksheet named Summary. Name the pivot table categories. In this step, we have to just create a blank pivot table on the new worksheet by using expenses worksheet. Then name the new worksheet and pivot table. So go to the Excel worksheet. Here we should ensure that our expenses worksheet is active. So our expenses worksheet is active now. We have to insert a blank pivot table. Go to the Insert tab. From the Tables group, we will click on Pivot Table. We have to insert a pivot table on new worksheet. So we will check these boxes. Click OK. Now it will create a pivot table on new worksheet, that is sheet 1. So we will rename it. We will rename this worksheet. So do right click on it. Click on rename and rename it from sheet 1 to summary. Now we have to give the name to pivot table categories. In Analyze tab, pivot table groups, here we will see the pivot table name. Select it and rename it with categories. Step number 5 is completed. Now move to the next step, that is step number 6. Step number 6 is about you want to include the category and expense fields in the pivot table. Use the category and expense fields, enabling Excel to determine where the fields go in the pivot table. In this step, we have to just add the category and expenses field. So Excel should determine that where this field goes. We don't set it manually. So go to the Excel worksheet and select the category. Excel will set it in rows and then select the expense field. It will set in values. We don't change these values. Go to the next step, that is step number 7. Step number 7 is about you want to display average expenses instead of total. Modify the values field to determine the average expenses by category. Change the custom name to average expense. Here in values field, the total expenses are displayed, so we want to modify it from totals to average expenses. Then we will change the custom name from total expense to average expense. So go to the Excel worksheet. Here sum of expenses are shown. We want to modify it, so click on it and select the value field setting. Here we want to display average instead of sum. So we will select the function of average. Now it will display the custom name average of expense. Click OK. So our custom name should also be changed, that is average of expense. Average expense. We want to rename it average expense. So just click on it and rename the average expense. Move to the next step, that is step number 8. Step number 8 is about format the values field with accounting number format. So now we have to just format the values field with accounting number format. Go to the Excel worksheet. We have to just format it. So click on it. Go to the value field setting. We have to format it with accounting number. So we will go to the number format. Select accounting number format and click OK. Now our values of average expense are in accounting number format. Move to the next step, that is step number 9. Step number 9 is about you want to display a meaningful label and select a different layout. Type category in cell A3 and change the grand totals layout option to on for rows only. So we have to type category in cell A3. We will select the cell A3. Here we will type category and change the grand totals layout option to on for rows only. So we have to change the grand totals option. So we will go to the Analyze tab and here in Pivot Table groups we select the options In Design tab, we have to change the layout for the grand totals. So for changing the grand totals layout options, select the grand total and go to the Design tab. Here in grand totals, we will select in layout group, we will select the grand totals. Now we have to set it on for rows only. So we will set it on for rows only. So now it will remove this. It will calculate just for rows. Step number 9 is completed. So move to the next step, that is step number 10. Step number 10 is about apply light blue pivot style, dark 2 and display banded row. So in this step we have to just format the pivot table by applying the pivot style dark 2 and then we have to display the banded rows for pivot table. So we will select the table, go to the Design tab. Here we have to apply the style. So we want to apply the dark 2 style. Go to the pivot table style group and here we will select the dark 2 style, pivot style dark 2, and then we have to display the banded rows. So in pivot table style option we will check the box for the banded rows. So now it will look like this after displaying the banded rows and apply the style. Total steps in this assignment is 20. I have done 10 steps by completing each and every detail given in the instruction of these steps. For remaining steps of these assignments are help in another assignments, exams, quizzes, our entire course covering Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Assess, Finance Management, Information Technology and more. Feel free to get in touch. Contact me through provided email or WhatsApp given in the description and display on screen and make deal. I assure you for achieving an A grade in all your courses. Thanks for watching my videos. Please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the videos. Thank you.